Hey guys, this is Henry from OBEDIA again. Today we're going to be discussing how to apply volume automation to a track. So in our case, we have this audio track called Loop 1. And as you can see, it is 4 measures long, okay? So let's say that you want to automate that. What do I mean with automating volume? I mean that when you press play, when you start playback, the fader, once you have automated the fader, once you have automated the volume, which those two are pretty much interchangeable, automating the fader or automating the volume, you're going to see the fader go up and down within the playback. That's something that you would typically do when mixing. Let's say when you have a part that goes from, let's say it's a guitar track, okay? And you're playing the verse, and then when you go to the chorus, you want it to be a little louder. You would automate that so the fader goes up when the chorus happens, and then when you go to the other verse, then the fader goes back down. So how do you do that? Well, if you're in your basic timeline view where you can see your waveform and all that, if you go to your track, then you're going to see on the top left, there is an option called Show Automation. If you click on it, this will change, and then you have this little drop-down list, and you have display off, you have volume, and you have pan. So if you click on volume, now this turns into the volume automation envelope. So how do you automate this? Well, let's say that we want to make the second and third measures softer. What you would have to do, once you're on this envelope, you can click on the very first beat of the second measure to create an automation point, and then you would do another one on number 4, right? And then you could trim. So you click and drag down. I'm going to do something very obvious, okay, like -30. So now what happens is that we have programmed the automation envelope, the volume automation envelope of this track, so that when you play back, the volume would start on this level, which I'm pretty sure if I go to mix, it's actually at 0. So it'll start at 0, and then when it hits the second verse, the volume will go down to -29.3, and it'll keep playing at -29.3, and then when it gets to bar number 4, it'll jump back to 0. So imagine that the first bar was a chorus, and then bars 2 and 3, those were a verse, and then bar 4 was another chorus. So if we press play, you're going to be able to listen to the difference. Here we go. Okay, now, another way to see that, now that we've heard it, if you go back to your mix window or your mix tab, I'm gonna go back to 0, and I'm gonna go ahead and press play, and you're gonna see the actual fader moving down. And by the way, this is happening because you're in read mode. Remember we talked about modes. When you're in read mode, whatever has been written here will be read when you play back. So let's see what happens. Great. So that's how it works. So in our case, we wrote the automation with this little automation points. You could also draw these using the pencil tool. Alternatively, if you have a MIDI controller or a surface controller, you could also automate this volume with an actual MIDI control fader. So you have several options. In my case, personally, I just do it manually. I don't really have a surface with me, so I just do it manually. But once again, you could do it manually. You could use the mouse, or you could do it with a surface. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys. If you have any other questions, please call us from OBEDIA at 615-933-6775. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Today's pro audio hardware and software can give you excellent results if you know how to use it properly. OBEDIA can help you to get the most out of your pro audio hardware and software. Why spend your time scouring the internet for answers or digging through manuals? With one quick call to an OBEDIA technician, you'll be connected with someone who can give you the answers that you need in real time via phone and remote desktop. OBEDIA technicians are trained in all major digital audio applications on Mac, PC, iOS, and Android devices. OBEDIA member subscriptions are cost-effective, give you great member benefits, and OBEDIA is here 7 days a week to help you get the most out of your digital audio hardware and software. No matter what your level of expertise, OBEDIA can help you to stay focused and productive and get your music back on track. Start taming your technology today with OBEDIA.